Oh my goodness. Alright.
You gonna live?
I burped. Yeah, no, I felt like maybe I was going to do something else. But it's time for me to get up and stretch. This is the time of the show where we do that. Or I do that, because why not?
I don't exactly feel like doing that.
Keep playing. Keep playing. I'm just going to get up and stretch. Real quick.
Will I be attacked before I... Oh. I'm only gonna fight Pumblooms, aren't I?
You said it. You actually said it.
Yeah, I'm not a joke. I'm not a joke thief. I swear that I didn't make that joke.
JonTron, don't sue. Let's have JonTron as a guest. Next week, JonTron, be there, be square. Probably square, because JonTron doesn't know we exist.
I was mean to JonTrons everywhere. I thoroughly believe in JonTrons, and I believe anyone who isn't is cute.
You think that JonTron, like, do you think that he's replaced by another JonTron every episode?
Like, if one JonTron dies, then two more grow in its place.
Well, no, they have like a closet full of JonTrons, and they pull a new one out every single episode.
That or, it's a JonTron. When the JonTron dies, its spirit is reincarnated into a new body.
And then that body takes on the form of the previous JonTron.
Yes, exactly.
Creating an endless cycle of JonTrons. No, but I mean, like, they have a closet full of JonTrons, and they, like, instead of having a JonTron designed to be indoors in a certain place, they have JonTrons that are specifically designed to go out into, like, New York City and mess with people.
It's, like, specifically programmed for specific tasks.
Or terrain.
And terrain. And interactions.
It's canon.
We don't know JonTron personally, by the way. We
literally live on the other side of the country.
Yeah, we are just referring to him as both huge fans of his work, and we love him, and so don't affiliate us with JonTron. And if you see this, John,
I'm gonna play it off like we know him.
Well, I mean, we realize we're gonna be posting this online. And
yeah, man. People don't have to know. Why should people care?
Many reasons.
Why? They're gonna start asking us questions about JonTron. We'll have to forage fake questions. Or answers. Questions. It's late. It's like 11:30. That's late for me. I work. I'm sad. I'm a sad man. Wasting all your money on these potions?
Why not?
I don't know. Gravity? Are you gonna go back to the forest? To train Ninkata? Because you're gonna find a lot of Silcoon in there, and Cascoon, and those as evolved Pokemon give you more EXP. And plus they don't attack back, so it's just even, it's that much better.
Wait a second, I got attacked? I wasn't even trying.
I guess they can get up to level 6. I thought 5 was the cap. I was wrong. Dead wrong. I was wrong. Dead wrong.
I was dead. Wrong dead.
I was rare. Dead rare.
I hope it don't.
That was fast. A Wurmple!
Wormhole.
Don't make fun of him! Why are you switching? You can take him.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Don't use leech life. It's a bug type. Using bug type move against... Oh, I guess that worked. But it only has like 15 power, so using tackle would be better. Or scratch, excuse me.
What? Two? Wormhole.
But there are funnier names. There are not funnier names.
It's like if you crossed worm with pimple.
Yeah, why is it pole? I don't know. I love him. I can't not love him. He's beautiful. He's a beautiful creature. He needs to be protected. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm waiting.
Teaching! Did you hear that? That was a shroomish. Oh, it's a shroomish!
A weird looking shroomish.
It's fuzzy. It's a fuzzy shroomish.
No.
Yes.
King Kaiser.
King
Perfect.
Kaiser. Something I want them to differentiate in Pokemon games is slightly different color tint, not necessarily shiny, but to show that, and different sizes in Pokemon. Like if they're younger, they're smaller. If they're older, they're bigger.
Yeah.
Just to differentiate that these are actual creatures.
They take a lot of work, of course.
Sure, but I mean, they could do it. It's Nintendo. I've preached about them creating a Pokemon game that encompasses everything that a Pokemon trainer would want. I think they're hitting it real close with the Pokemon Go thing. There are just some things that I think they didn't do right. I'm still going to play the crap out of it when it comes out. But there are some things that I think could have been improved. They're actually going to have you as a trainer level. You're going to start out as a level 1 trainer and build that up so that your Pokemon will listen to you better. You'll be able to catch Pokemon easier, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool, a really cool idea, and should have been incorporated in Pokemon a while ago. I realized that the technological implications were not there, because these are handheld games after all. They're only limited to a certain amount of space that the cartridges and the systems can handle. But if they were to make an online game on the Wii U that revamps the battle system, revamps the trainer system, if they create a trainer system first of all, revolutionize what it means to be a Pokemon trainer and what it means to play Pokemon. Anyone can just, you know, hit buttons.
Of course.
Like this. Which is why children and adults can love these games, and it's so easy to pick up and play. And I get that Pokemon's supposed to be for children, but I wish that they would challenge the players a little bit. My voice literally means nothing. But, you know, I sometimes wish they would try a little harder with making Pokemon what it's going to be now. Or what it could be now. The original games that were for the original Game Boy, they were designed turn-based and on a handheld system because of what they were supposed to emulate. They were supposed to emulate you, a trainer, going out with your Pokemon, finding people on the street that have the same game as you, and you have cables, just so happen, and you can trade and battle and develop a friendship with another trainer. That's great and all, but it doesn't give you the sense of immersion that games nowadays don't give you the sense of immersion that they did back then, because we've been so jaded by technology, you know, the internet and such. It's so easy just to sit down in your own home, find people on the internet, and, you know, battle and trade with them. People you don't know, people you don't care about, and it's so easy to slander them over the internet because you don't care about them. You don't care about their existence. You might care. I'm not saying that people can't care, but
it's such a I think a good way to put it is that we're so used to it now that it's become such a regular thing that we can just communicate and talk to people anonymously from hundreds of miles away in the comfort of our own bedrooms. That of course it's given the rise to insensitivity, and I'm not saying, you know,
insensitivity to what the game has to offer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about social issues or, oh, you said something mean over the internet. No, I'm not saying that. I tend to just ignore that entirely. But I am saying, you know, people lose sight and focus of what things have to offer. Instead of using teamwork in a squad deathmatch or team slayer on Halo, people are just calling each other, you know, oh, you suck, oh, poor scrubs and all that, you know.
Noob
And
you suck.
yeah, I haven't heard that term in a while, but but my point remains the same whether you call them, you know, scrubs or noob or whatever you want to call them. Still, it's name calling and a new sort of useless competition in a game. In something that we're talking about, whether it's Pokemon or Halo, we're talking about games that are programmed for a cooperative feature, and it turns into a new form of competition when it was intended entirely to be a cooperation effort.
Yeah. I agree, and that has to go with the whole sense of immersion thing. Video games, their biggest thing has been virtual reality. For ages, it's been virtual reality. And the reason people want to touch up on it so badly is because it gives them a stronger sense of immersion in games. That's always been something that people have wanted, is to artificially immerse yourself into a different world, or, you know, something like that. Pokemon originally did really well with that because of the technological limitations that it had. But they've copied the same system for so long, and I'm not saying it's a bad system. I'm just saying it's not going to give you the same sense of immersion. Now, if they were to get with the times, create an online game where they created a large world, you know, they'd have to pay money for servers to be run on it, and we all know how Nintendo servers are. They're not the best. They're laggy and stuff, but they're still fun. It would cost a lot of money to do, but if done right, done well, and done with a lot of time and effort, they could create a Pokemon game where you create a trainer, you care about that trainer, and you care about the Pokemon that are in the game. You know, each Pokemon has different attitudes or different behaviors. And catching a Pokemon would actually be a real challenge now. It wouldn't be a turn-based thing. You'd actually have to aim the Pokeball, you know. Knocking a Pokemon out wouldn't make it disappear. It would just give you a chance to catch it.
I think it all boils down to, ironically, the smaller details, things that you would not think of the most, or you would think of the least when planning something like this. The details are what would really create that immersion factor.
Yeah. It is really the little things in games that make them shine the brightest. I could go on. I think I'll just make a video pertaining exactly to Pokemon. in general, and I'll talk about this topic more. But Pokemon, and people could argue, oh, you're just growing up you're growing out of the series. I've not grown out of the series. I still love it a lot. The 6th gen Pokemon games, even Sun and Moon, you know, they're good, but they've kind of handheld you to the point where you're not going to get the same satisfaction out of it. It's the whole Dark Souls effect. Well, no, it's not the Dark Souls effect. The Dark Souls effect is you're not going to get your hand held, and you're going to feel satisfied for what you've done because you worked for it. Granted, these aren't kids' games. But I don't think kids should be challenged the way they are now anyways. Or I don't think kids should not be challenged the way they are not being challenged nowadays.
Do you think they should be challenged more?
I think they should be challenged more.
I agree.
The original Super Mario for NES, that's a hard game. I've never beaten it. People dedicate their lives to that game and have mastered it. Being a kid, being 10 years old playing that game on a Game Boy Color port, even on the NES, it's hard. It's really hard. And I've never beaten it. I might try my hand at it again. But that was supposed to be a game meant for people of all ages. And it's hard for people of all ages, even for kids, but kids still love it. But now it's so heavily targeted towards children and being easy. You can just fly through a modern Mario game. There's not much challenge to it anymore. Not saying there's no challenge, but there's not enough challenge. I don't know, that could just be me. And I've definitely got better at video games now that I'm older. But I still don't think I could beat the original Mario Brothers.
I've never actually sat down and tried beating it.
We'll have to do that. I think I have a Super Mario Duck Hunt sitting around here somewhere. That'll be fun.
That would be fun.
But yeah. No, I like talking about that subject a lot.
Yeah, and you should probably make a video just talking about
I will. I'll talk about what Pokemon wants to do if it stays alive. I predicted that they were going to port Red, Blue, and Yellow to the 3DS. That was one of the things that I said last year. Actually, maybe the year before that too. If Pokemon wants to survive, or Nintendo wants to survive, they need to, they need to port that game to the 3DS and spend time working on another Pokemon game. I've said this before, I wouldn't care if the Pokemon Company did not make a Pokemon game for 10 years if I could have the perfect Pokemon game, you know? If they were to just work on a project that would be the final, the coup de grace, you know? Just most
magnum opus.
Yeah, magnum opus is a beautiful, beautiful Pokemon game that no one would ever want to leave. I would be for that. Excuse me. Oh, I'm a gassy sassy. Man, you're killing birds with your bug now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Check it. It failed.
It failed to focus its energy. It failed to create a spirit bomb. It looks upset.
I'm focusing. It is upset. Those things are mad. Always.
I realize that this is a lot of grinding, and I'm really sorry to the amazing audience members for putting you through all of this, and I am so thankful. We are both so thankful for you just sitting there and enjoying us ramble.
Hey, the ramblings of one man's trash is another person's treasure. Right now we're the trash. But we're gonna become treasure soon. I don't think we're trash. Just need a little loving. That's all.
Oh yeah.
You have no PP.
I need to get pee.
Oh. Oh.
What's up?
I don't know. I was thinking about shouting out to my boy Kevin, who's going to be turning 21 soon. Woo! Way to date this episode. But oh, let's see, on Sunday? No. 8th? I think it's the 8th. Kevin, I apologize if your birthday's not on the 8th.
I wouldn't know.
He loves it when I get his birthday wrong. He loves it. Absolutely. Kevin, comment below how much you love it when I get your birthday wrong.
I look forward to seeing this.
You think we should stop this episode here?
Yeah. Here.
Alright.
Well, let me get to a good stopping point.
Right behind that man. Go right behind that man. No, no, no. Oh, there you go. Pause. Okay. Good. Snorlax is going to feast on the human boy next time on Pokeball Z.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for waiting.
We'll see you next time.
On this. Bye, guys.